Welcome, everyone, to the Phoenix Police Department's 2015 Annual Awards Ceremony. And now, welcome to the stage your MCs for tonight's ceremonies. Assistant Chief Mike Kurtenbach and special guest MC, recent CBS 5 News anchor Catherine Anaya.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome, honored guests. Tonight, it is all about you. It is terrific that we can honor you in the presence of your family, friends, and so many of your coworkers who are gathered here tonight to show their pride in our heroes.
We have a number of Phoenix officials and special guests in the audience with us tonight. Thank you for your continued support and especially for sharing in tonight's celebration of our award recipients. And thanks to all of you for being here this evening. Let's give them a big round of applause.
Now, please direct your attention to the screens for a very special message.
On November 10th, 1775, the Continental Congress approved the resolution to establish 2 battalions of Marines able to fight for independence at sea and on shore. This date marks the official formation of the Continental Marines.
Hi, I'm First Lieutenant Layton. I fly the UH-1 Yankee you see here behind me. It's a pleasure to be in Phoenix here. I was here for Marine Week, and I just wanted to thank all of the policemen for providing security while we were here, and wish all the Marines that are now in the police department a happy birthday. Thanks for your support at home while we protect you abroad.
On behalf of the Marines of the Phoenix Police Department, we'd like to thank you for your support and your selfless service. To all the Marines out there, happy 240th birthday, Marines.
Semper Fidelis!
You ready to get going?
I am.
Okay, we are pleased that Phoenix Mayor Greg Stanton is with us tonight, so please give him a very warm welcome as he joins us on stage.
All right. Thank you so much, Catherine and Assistant Chief Kurtenbach and every member of the Phoenix Police Department. We are so blessed to have the best police department in the United States of America here in Phoenix. And so the awardees tonight represent the best of the best. Tomorrow is Veterans Day, so I want to say thank you to all the veterans in the audience. If you're a veteran, raise your hand, and let's give all of our veterans a big round of applause after that very special video. This is a special night for the city of Phoenix. We are here to celebrate the great work of the women and men who make up the Phoenix Police Department. This award celebration recognizes outstanding acts of merit and valor, life-saving and volunteerism by officers who serve and protect our community. We know that Phoenix police officers do these things every day in every capacity that they can. So today I want to congratulate all of the awardees and thank you for going above and beyond the call of duty. And tonight is special because we award not just to those officers, but we also say thank you to the family members, the husbands, the wives, the children, the moms and dads, the aunts and uncles that support these officers and allow them to do the great work on behalf of the citizens of the city of Phoenix. As you all well know, we are in the midst of hiring for the Phoenix Police Department for the first time in many years. We are looking for talented, dedicated, and caring individuals to join this department. And so while we talk to young people and potential hiring candidates, you are the examples that will be shared with them on what is the epitome of being a Phoenix police officers. Your positive stories, the stories that are told here tonight, the stories of heroism, are the stories that are going to be told as we recruit talented people to join this department. We know that you may not be a hero every single day in every single act that you do, but you are willing to be a hero on any given day. And that's the reason why I want to thank every single Phoenix police officer and all the awardees here tonight. Enjoy the ceremony, have a great night, and thank you for letting me participate in this wonderful, wonderful ceremony. Thank you, Catherine, Assistant Chief.
Thank you, Mayor Stanton. We always appreciate you being with us. And now please welcome Phoenix City Manager Ed Zerker.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here and to just express on behalf of the employees of the City of Phoenix our thanks to you, our fellow employees, for what you do every day. And thank you to the families who support you and for everything you do. You know, every week I interview different Phoenix employees in a segment I call Doing What Matters. And I can't think of any department in the city that exemplifies that, doing what matters more than the Phoenix Police Department. And in 2015, I had the honor of interviewing several Phoenix Police Department members, like Kirk Messick, who's a forensic artist with the Phoenix Police Department, School Resource Officer Jason Groen, Officer Mike Lynn, who was recognized by the National Association of Police Organizations for preventing a possible kidnapping, and his best friend K9 Haro, and Jemima Schmidt, a detective with the Animal Cruelty Squad. Those folks represent the great work done by the Phoenix Police Department every day. And what struck me about talking to them is just how little they had a sense of how good their work was, because it was what they do every day. It's just what they show up to do, and to be recognized was a little bit embarrassing to them. I imagine that's the sentiment here with many of you tonight, but I just want to assure you that what you do is not ordinary, what you do is extraordinary. And so congratulations to the 150 plus men and women of the Phoenix Police Department who are being recognized tonight. Thank you to your families who support you and to everyone who serves the citizens of Phoenix. Thank you for what you do. Have a great evening.
Now, please give a warm welcome to our Police Chief, Joseph Yonner.
Well, good evening and welcome to the Phoenix Police Department's annual awards ceremony. I'd like to extend a special welcome to all of tonight's honorees and their families. I'd also like to thank the mayor, our city manager, Ed Zerker, and Councilman Michael Nowakowski for joining us tonight. This is a very special evening for our honorees and for our police department. And it's also a special evening for me. I'm very proud of the Phoenix Police Department and the work that we do. And I look forward to the honor of formally recognizing all our employees, our volunteers, and some of our citizens who have gone above and beyond the call. The Phoenix Police Department is one of the best law enforcement agencies in the country, and that reputation has been earned over the years because of the men and women of this organization. For the past 15 years, the department's guiding values have been represented by an acronym, PRIDE, which collectively symbolizes our organization's commitment to professionalism, integrity, and excellence. The values represented by PRIDE are protection and prevention, responsibility and respect, integrity and ideals, dedication to duty, and employee excellence. These values have stood the test of time and are just as relevant today as when they were first established. But for members of the Phoenix Police Department, the PRIDE statement is more than an acronym or a set of values. It's a feeling inside of us that reminds us of what we represent and what we do and why we do it. It was that feeling that inspired the theme for tonight's ceremony, Pride in Our Heroes. Tonight you'll hear accounts ranging from exceptional performance and dramatic demonstrations of bravery to true courage performed by Detective John Hobbs, who made the ultimate sacrifice while protecting this city. Sometimes it's easy to lose sight of what this job can require. I'm extremely proud of the men and women of the Phoenix Police Department who commit themselves to this dangerous and demanding profession and who willingly risk their personal safety and place their lives in harm's way each and every day to protect others. During my career, I've known and worked with countless employees who have served this city honorably. Some have sustained life-altering injuries. This year, we have the honor of presenting a number of retirees with our police shield for the sacrifices that they made. To tonight's honorees, please accept my very sincere thank you. Thank you for your exceptional performance. Thank you for your dedication to duty. You are an inspiration to your peers, to your community, and to your department. I also want to thank the family and friends that are joining and sharing this ceremony with us. Your support and encouragement helps us be successful. And lastly, I want to thank all the sponsors. This is a great venue, great food, and your support and generosity made it possible for a ceremony that is deserving of our recipients. So thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Chief Honor. Now, more than ever, volunteers are a resource we cannot do without. Our first award of the evening is about the wonderful people who comprise the department's volunteer program. Please welcome to the stage recipients of the 2014 COPS Volunteer Excellence Awards.
Marty Berman is a volunteer with the Employment Services Bureau. She used her organizational talents and skills to track attendance, service hours, and training for police explorers. The reports that she compiles are seen by her chain of command as well as City Hall. With a total of 1,423 hours donated in 2014, we thank Ms. Marty Berman.
Mary Graff is a volunteer with the Employment Services Bureau. Her accomplishments include helping to establish the first ever Explorer Post 2906 Translation Squad, which is staffed with bilingual explorers who assist at community events. Mary also mentors and prepares explorers who have aspirations of careers in the military. With a total of 1,228 hours donated, we thank Ms. Mary Graff.
Matthew Riggs volunteers as a police assistant within our Traffic Bureau, Motorist Assist Detail. He works tirelessly, often for 10-hour shifts on weekends and evenings, assisting officers with traffic-related duties. With a total of 356 hours donated, we thank Mr. Matthew Riggs.
Daniel Wick is a volunteer with the Police Search and Rescue Dive Team. Dan is a certified paramedic and maintains his certifications on his own time in advanced life support and CPR, along with numerous diving certifications. With a total of 349 hours donated, we thank Mr. Daniel Wick.
Joseph Cherick is also a volunteer with the Police Search and Rescue Dive Team. He obtained several scuba certifications on his own time. He also obtained his EMT certification, which he maintains through extensive hours of continuing education and refresher training every single year. And along with Dan, Joe is a huge asset to the dive team. With a total of 285 hours donated, we thank Mr. Joseph Cherick. Ladies and gentlemen, the honorees of the 2014 COPS Volunteer Excellence Award.
Ladies and gentlemen, here to introduce our next award category, the Medal of Life Saving, please welcome to the stage Assistant Chief Mary Roberts.
Good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the Medal of Life Saving honorees.
Troy Webb, Brian Lanning, Jeremy Molesky, Hayne Price, Matt Bach, Rob Frazier, David Hines, Brian Herrick, Justin Schmidt, Michael Lynn, Timothy Henningsen, David Elting, John Monaghan, Gary Gombar, Patrick Clinton, Jeremy Johnson, Leslie Montoya, Kevin Ham, Thorin Morin, Ivan Manriquez, Michael Dugan, Reuben Carver, Ricky Christensen, Richard Hardy, Steve Butler, Eric Miller, Ed Bauer, James Perry, Matthew Eric, Troy Clark, Jonathan Romberg, Adam Brannon, Graydon Carlson, Robert Knapp, Bill Powers, Jeff Rainby, Jonathan Weirick, Brian Schick, Lita Chipat, Michael Green, Chad Gillory, David Dudash, Frank Angel, Patricia Fimbris, David Pallas, Mark Christensen, Paul Rooks, Brad Spillman, Andrew Weina.
The Medal of Life Saving is awarded to an employer or citizen for an act that results in saving or preserving human life or lives that otherwise would have immediately expired. In the life of a Phoenix police officer, each and every day includes experiences and opportunities that impact citizens in our community. Every recipient that's on stage tonight was involved in saving a life, and in many cases, endangered their own life in the process. It would take an entire evening to share all these stories, but each one is incredible in its own right. Please join me in recognizing the recipients in the Medal of Life Saving.
Travelers through Sky Harbor International Airport who experienced a heart attack lived to see another day because of the quick response of our officers. Some of those standing on stage tonight have heroically saved the lives of pedestrians and drivers involved in collisions. The incidents that we recognize tonight include attempted suicides of young people and adults who saw no other way out. Because of the interventions by many of these officers, these individuals were given a chance to receive psychological assistance and a renewed chance at life.
Among tonight's honorees is the 2014 National Association of Police Organizations top cop, Officer Mike Lynn, who rescued a 4-year-old girl from the grips of her captor as he was leaving the child's home with the girl on the handlebars of his bicycle. We also have the unique opportunity to honor a special young lady and her father whose decisive actions saved the life of a baby left in a vehicle.
On August 8th, 2014, Cassidy Madison was walking with her father, John Madison, when they happened to pass a vehicle parked in front of a rent-a-center. Cassidy noticed a child's leg kick up in the back seat. Cassidy then told her father what she had seen. John walked over to the car and found a child who was buckled in and appeared to be in distress. They discovered all the doors were locked. The car's owner could not be found in the store, so 911 was called while John tried breaking a window. The fire department arrived as the child's mother emerged and unlocked the vehicle when she saw all of the commotion that was happening. According to the on-scene fire captain, the vehicle could have reached temperatures near 145 degrees, and the child might not have survived. But thanks to Cassidy and John's quick actions, a child in immediate danger was saved. And tonight, we are proud to award Cassidy and John Madison with a certificate of life-saving.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a warm round of applause for all of our Medal of Life-Saving Award recipients.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jason Rowley, president of the Phoenix Suns, Phoenix Mercury, and Talking Stick Resort Arena. First and foremost, I'd like to congratulate both the award recipients and their families for the award you're receiving tonight. It's a great honor and you should be very proud for your accomplishments. Secondarily, but as importantly, I want to thank the entire Phoenix police community for the great work you do protecting our citizens day in and day out. For all the events we put on here, the traffic, the support, the protection that you give our fans as they come into this building is something that we value very highly. So thank you for all that you do. Have a great evening.
I'm Javier Soto from News Channel 3, and I just want to say thank you. You all make our streets safer. I know we work with you guys hand in hand, and it's not always the best of situations, but you truly are our heroes. And hey, by the way, remember me in case you catch me speeding.
Hi, I'm Shane Doan of the Arizona Coyotes, and on behalf of the team and the entire organization, I just want to congratulate all the award recipients and the entire Phoenix Police Department. Thank you so much for keeping our community safe.
Presenting our next award category, the Medal of Merit. Please welcome to the stage Assistant Chief Sandra Renteria.
Thank you. The Medal of Merit is presented to an employee for an act of courage and dedication to duty during the performance of a police service that involves significant risk or injury to one's personal safety. As these awards are presented, you will hear stories of heroes who take quick action to protect life and property. Our community is lucky that these honorees were in the right place at the right time and knew exactly what needed to be done. We are truly grateful and proud to honor them tonight with the Medal of Merit.
Please welcome to the stage Sergeant Vern Brink and Officers Jeff Pluta and James Sink. On February 13th, 2014, Sergeant Brink was driving southbound on 19th Avenue when he saw what appeared to be a disabled vehicle. After running the license plate, he discovered it did not belong to the vehicle that he approached, and he contacted the driver. Knowing that Sergeant Brink was alone, Officers Pluta and Sink responded as his backup. Sergeant Brink approached the vehicle occupant, who was immediately confrontational and refused to provide identification. It appeared that he was holding what could have been a dangerous object. Officer Sink arrived and attempted to extract the driver from the car. He was met with physical aggression from the armed subject. Officer Sink deployed his taser, and the subject quickly exited the vehicle and advanced on the officers. Sergeant Brink and Officer Pluta also deployed tasers in an effort to incapacitate the subject and stop the attack. Officer Sink stepped in to detain the subject, who was now swinging the object, which turned out to be an unsheathed samurai sword. To protect themselves, the officers fired their service weapons. The suspect was so close that officers had mere moments to react. During the encounter, the officers exercised sound tactics, good judgment, and took decisive action. Their deeds are in keeping with the highest standards of the Phoenix Police Department, and tonight we are proud to honor Sergeant Vern Brink and Officers Jeff Pluta and James Sink with the Medal of Merit. Please welcome our next group of honorees to receive the Medal of Merit, Officers Ron Gilpatrick and Stephen Nix. On November 6, 2014, officers were conducting surveillance when they spotted a suspicious person. They were unaware that the person was wanted for felony charges out of Colorado, including a homicide charge. The suspect cooperated at first, but when he couldn't provide identification, the suspect took off in his Jeep. During a pursuit, the suspect drove to an apartment where his girlfriend and 2 children lived. The suspect ran into the apartment and held his own 6-month child at knife point while officers surrounded the apartment and began negotiations to release the child. After several seconds of tense negotiations, the child was released and the suspect was incapacitated with a taser before being subdued and taken into custody. These officers placed themselves at risk of significant injury by a knife-wielding felon determined not to return to prison. These officers displayed great courage and discipline to ensure the safety of the child. Their actions are in keeping with the highest standards of the Phoenix Police Department, and we are proud to award Officers Ron Gilpatrick and Stephen Nix with the Medal of Merit.
Please welcome to the stage Officer Robert Osek. On November 19, 2014, Officer Robert Osick was transporting a prisoner when he saw traffic on I-17 had come to a standstill because of a large amount of concrete pavers that were scattered across southbound lanes. He approached and discovered that a semi-truck hauling the pavers had crashed into several cars. One of these cars was on fire, with 2 people trapped inside. Officer Osick was on the opposite side of the freeway with a concrete divider separating him from those trapped citizens. Springing into action, Officer Osick threw the fire extinguisher from his cruiser over the barrier to a citizen and climbed the wall himself to begin helping the trapped occupants. A group of drivers joined the rescue efforts as Officer Osick was able to rescue that passenger as well as the unconscious driver from the burning wreckage. He was the only officer on scene for several minutes, but despite all of the stress, he was able to advise radio dispatch of that situation and render aid to accident victims. The very picture of heroism, Officer Osick knowingly placed his personal safety in jeopardy. His actions are in keeping with the highest standards of the Phoenix Police Department, and tonight, we are proud to award Officer Robert Osick with the Medal of Merit.
Many of us remember the summer monsoon storm that devastated parts of the valley on August 12, 2014. Calls for service came pouring in as fast as the rains came pouring down. Over 3 inches of rain fell within 45 minutes in the area immediately surrounding South Mountain, causing flash flooding conditions in streams, washes, and on roadways.
Well, tonight we honor 2 of the many brave first responders who took heroic action that day. Please welcome to the stage Officers Ladd Bangerter and Eric Pearson. Officer Ladd Bangerter responded to one particularly perilous call from a father trapped inside his car with his wife and 1-year-old baby. Floodwaters were rising around the family car, reaching the height of the windows, and began to carry the entire car away. Officer Bangerter arrived and quickly located the car. Thinking only of the safety of the family in danger, he waded into the waist-high waters, struggling against a swirling current over submerged debris and gripping tree branches for stability. Officer Bangerter made his way to the car. He rescued the baby first, just as Phoenix Fire Engine 57 and crew arrived to help. The remaining family members were rescued and reunited on land.
That very same storm left several motorists stranded along 19th Avenue, where Officer Eric Pearson was patrolling. Without hesitation, Officer Pearson waded into the forceful current of chest-high water to begin rescuing victims. He pulled one motorist through a window. He rescued a second motorist with the help of a citizen's lifted Hummer, even as his patrol Tahoe began to slowly sink into the rising river. Officer Pearson continued to search stranded vehicles for survivors until everyone in the immediate area was delivered to safety. These acts of selfless merit brought relief to a terrified family. These actions are truly in keeping with the highest standards of the Phoenix Police Department, and tonight we are proud to award Officers Ladd Bangerter and Eric Pearson with the Medal of Merit.
Please welcome to the stage our next group of honorees receiving the Medal of Merit. Officers John Gant, James Bird, Thomas Johnson, Austin Lewis, and Jason Price. On December 16, 2014, officers responded to a call of a shooting. It was reported that a husband had shot his wife. As officers Gant and Lewis approached, they saw a female lying in the doorway of the home. Joined by officers Bird, Johnson, and Price, the group devised a plan to rescue the injured victim. Giving up their cover, the officers moved into position to effect the rescue. The team provided coverage while carrying the victim to a waiting patrol car driven by Officer Price. The Special Assignments Unit responded and took over the inner perimeter. The suspect was discovered deceased inside the home. Now, there is little doubt that the actions and quick decisions made by the first responders resulted in the victim surviving until medical personnel arrived. And for their actions, which reflect the highest standards and traditions of the Phoenix Police Department, we are proud to honor Officers John Gant, James Bird, Thomas Johnson, Austin Lewis, and Jason Price with the Medal of Merit.
Hey, I'm Mike Broomhead from News Talk 550 KFYI. I just wanted to take a minute to thank you. I'm proud of who you are. I'm proud of what you do. I have a brother in law enforcement who is my hero. What you do on the streets of Phoenix makes it possible to do what I do every day and do it in safety. You're great people. Your family should be proud of you, and I just wanted you to know how proud I am, and thank you for everything that you do for us.
Hola, ¿qué tal? A todos los oficiales, a todas sus familias, les saluda Heidi Rempening desde los estudios de Univisión, Arizona. Es un placer para mí poder estar con ustedes este día tan importante y más que nada para agradecerles por todo su servicio, por todos los sacrificios que hacen por nuestra seguridad, por nuestras familias, por nuestra comunidad en general. También quiero aprovechar la oportunidad para agradecerles a sus familias, porque ellas son las que los apoyan y les permiten salir cada día de sus hogares para estar bien preparados y poder pelear por nosotros. Gracias por todo el esfuerzo que hacen y estamos aquí para poder compartir esta responsabilidad y mantener a esta comunidad protegida, mantener a esta comunidad informada. Que Dios los bendiga y estamos aquí para apoyarlos.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage our honored guest, District 7 Councilman and the Chairman of the Public Safety and Veterans Subcommittee, Mr. Michael Nowakowski.
It's an honor and a privilege to serve as the chairman of the Public Safety Subcommittee. I have the privilege of reading the reports on a daily basis of all the things that police officers do to protect and serve our community. And as I read the reports, sometimes they sound like a Hollywood movie or a TV show where we have police officers chasing individuals down the freeway, or that they're after a suspect that's shooting back at them, or that they're running down a kidnapper to rescue a child. But these acts of bravery and sacrifice are real. These police officers are real heroes. And I'd like to thank our police chief, Joe Yonner, and all the committee members that put this great event together to recognize our true heroes. I've been a council member for about 8 years. And those 8 years, I've been to seven funerals of fallen police officers. And as I go to those funerals and those services and I listen to the testimonies of their family members, of their friends, of their partners, and they talk about their bravery, they talk about their commitment of community, of this great city of ours, but they also talk about the human being behind that uniform, that father, that brother, that loved one. And then they talk about how they give back to the community by being Little League baseball coaches and football coaches and involved in their church and their community in a bigger and better way. So 3 years ago, I decided that we need to tell these stories of the 48 individuals in public safety, police and firefighters that have given the ultimate service. And we created this memorial event at Cesar Chavez Park, and we created a Heroes Lane from 35th Avenue to 51st Avenue on Baseline Road. And we hang all 48 banners, just like this one, on our light poles, to allow people to understand what it is to be a police officer, what it is to put on that uniform on a daily basis, and the sacrifice of the family members that allow their loved ones to serve and protect this great community. And then we started getting phone calls from schools asking if we can give them the bios of these 48 fallen heroes. So we created a website, and schools take field trips, and they read the bios of each and every single officer. And last year, we were able to extend this Heroes Lane down Washington Street from 7th Street to 7th Avenue to allow this legacy of our fallen officers to live forever. And I'm here today to say thank you all. Thank those family members. Thank you, the police officers that put on that uniform on a daily basis to protect and to serve this great city of ours. God bless you all. On behalf of my wife and my 6 children, God bless you. Thank you for everything you do.
Now here to present our next award category, the Medal of Valor. Please welcome Assistant Chief Harry Markley to tell us more about that.
Good evening. The Medal of Valor is awarded to an employee for a conspicuous act of valor during the performance of a police service that involves a risk of life and knowledge of that risk. The act clearly delineates valor from other forms of courage and is above and beyond the call of duty. This year, we were pleased to share an extraordinary incident that brought so many heroes together in one instance, working in concert to protect lives in peril. Please welcome our next group of honorees to the stage.
Receiving the Medal of Valor, Sergeant Jesse Abernathy, Sergeant Dan Russo, Sergeant Eric Cochran, Steve Blasco, Scotty Johnson, Todd Whitbeck, Ira Wallace, Chris Ray, Chris Trapp, Ed Peering, Mark Rayo, Todd Shills, Ramel Colcloud, William Clark, William Underwood, Ben Wetzel, Matt Eric, Michael Malpass, David Norman, Jeremy Rogney, Andrew Austin, Lawrence Roski. Receiving the Medal of Merit, Commander Brad Burt, Lieutenant Jason Johnson, Sergeant Richard Miyako, Sergeant Kendall Moreland, Sergeant Richard Dreiling, Sergeant Jason Johnke, Vince Bingaman, Jeffrey Knopp, Brian Welsh, Brian Milhone, Retired Officer Patricia Knudsen, Amy Reese, Mike Dropick, Jack Zollers, John Shadowins, Brian Esperum, Ron Dorfman, Chris Palmer, Eric Miner, Nick Thompson, Joseph Hallinan, Charles Holton, Kyle Frick, Alistair Morrison, Jeffrey Chang, Frank Herman, Dan Bill, Troy Clark, Nicholas Wolfenden, Justin Walker, Benjamin Gruner, Ira Wallace.
On May 20th, 2013, employees from the Tactical Support Bureau, Homeland Defense Bureau, and the Phoenix Fire Department responded to a West Valley residence to assist U.S. Marshals and Tolleson Police with the kidnapping incident. An Amber Alert had been issued for the child, and investigators were led to this home where the suspect, armed with a rifle, was holding 4 adults and 3 children hostage inside. After several hours of negotiations, 2 of the adult females escaped through a bedroom window and were rapidly removed to safety by the Special Assignments Unit. Later in the day, the suspect agreed to release 2 of the children, leaving 1 woman and the missing child inside. The incident ended successfully, with the woman and child being rescued and the suspect neutralized. While knowingly accepting the risk involved in such a dangerous situation, this incident was resolved through the organized efforts of multiple units. The actions of these officers are in keeping with the highest standards of the Phoenix Police Department.
Please give them a big round of applause. And now welcome to the stage our next Medal of Valor recipient, Detective Michael Higgins. On March 3rd, 2014, officers responded to a burglary at a gun store. While investigating, they discovered that the burglars had cut a hole in a common wall between the empty suite and the interior of the gun store. The suspect, still inside the store, tried to exit through the hole. Upon seeing the officers, he retreated back into the store and out of the back door. As Detective Michael Higgins gave chase, the suspect fired a single shot from a handgun at the exposed officer. Undeterred, Higgins rounded the corner and was met with additional gunfire from the suspect. Without hesitation, Detective Higgins drew his service weapon and fired twice at the suspect. During the exchange, Detective Higgins continued to close the distance between the suspect and himself, which measured close to 51 yards, until the suspect ultimately surrendered. The suspect was taken into custody and faced over 5 felony charges, including attempted murder. Higgins' actions reflect the highest standards and traditions of the Phoenix Police Department, and we are proud to award him the Medal of Valor.
Please welcome to the stage Officers Brandon Wright and Adam Branham. On March 6, 2014, Officers Wright and Branham were on patrol when they saw smoke coming from an apartment. Once the officers located the apartment that was on fire, they called out for anyone inside. Putting the safety of any potential occupants ahead of their own, the officers forced entry into the apartment. Flames were coming from the back bedroom, where thick black smoke obscured the officers' vision. 2 civilians made entry into the apartment next door and were also met with smoke. It was then that officers learned of an elderly woman who was possibly inside the apartment above the fire. With Phoenix Fire personnel on the way, Officers Wright and Branham ran upstairs and forced entry into the woman's apartment. But smoke and heat initially forced them back. Affected by the smoke, but not discouraged from their efforts, the officers re-entered the apartment, located the woman, and brought her to safety. Wright and Branham were transported to the hospital and treated for smoke inhalation. The actions of these officers are in keeping with the highest standards and traditions of the Phoenix Police Department, and we are proud to award Officers Brandon Wright and Adam Branham with the Medal of Valor.
Please welcome to the stage Officers John Sticka and Dustin Mullen. On April 14th, 2014, Officer John Sticka was off duty when he noticed a large plume of smoke coming from an unknown structure north of him. He drove toward the smoke and he discovered a house fire. Sticka contacted police dispatch for backup. The homeowner had been outside on the phone to 911 because 4 family members were still inside. Sticka noticed a young boy on the roof attempting to put the fire out with a bucket. Sticka took quick action to assist the boy off of the roof. Officer Dustin Mullen arrived on scene and courageously entered the house with Sticka, and they were able to rescue 2 family members. Sticka ran back into the structure to find the remaining victim, who was in the backyard fighting the fire with a garden hose. What made the situation even more dangerous was the fact that the fire had spread through the house and a stored ammunition cache began to detonate. After the victims were a safe distance away, the officers worked to protect neighboring homes while fire crews arrived. These officers knew the risk involved and selflessly put their personal safety in jeopardy to search and rescue the residents of this burning house. Their actions are in keeping with the highest standards of the Phoenix Police Department, and we are proud to award Officers John Sticka and Dustin Mullen with the Medal of Valor.
Tonight, we have already had the pleasure of honoring heroes without badges, the brave members of our community who take action alongside first responders. Our next civilian recipient ran toward danger when others ran for their lives. Please welcome to the stage Mr. Matthew Osterhold. On March 21st, 2013, Matthew Osterhold was enjoying a night out at a favorite sports bar near 15th Street and Bethany Home Road. He was joined by his brother and brother's girlfriend to watch the NCAA basketball tournament. 2 other patrons left the bar and were sitting on a bench just outside waiting for a cab. A woman approached them armed with a semi-automatic handgun. She was high on drugs and intoxicated from drinking. Without provocation, she opened fire, striking both men. Patrons scrambled for cover as she searched for more targets. Matthew, however, took immediate action. Running up behind the shooter, he placed her in a wrestling hold and forced her to the ground where she dropped the gun. Others helped to restrain the woman while Matthew rendered aid to the wounded men. He used his belt as a tourniquet and remained by their side until paramedics arrived. Tragically, one of the victims did not survive his injury. Matthew's selfless and heroic actions that evening potentially saved the lives of numerous patrons and restaurant employees. The Phoenix Police Department is very pleased to present Matthew Osterhold with this certificate of valorous conduct.
Good evening. I'm Robert Sarver, Managing Partner of the Phoenix Suns and the CEO of Western Alliance Bank, proud members of the downtown Phoenix community, and I just want to congratulate all you officers for the outstanding work you did last year on behalf of the community. As partners in downtown, we know there's no way we could do what we do, including putting on all those events at US Airways Center, without your help and your assistance. I respect you guys. As a youngster growing up, I always thought of myself as wanting to be in law enforcement, but to be honest, I'm not really sure I'd have the guts or courage to do what you guys do every day. So tremendous amount of respect for all the work you men and women do on a daily basis to protect all of us citizens of the city of Phoenix. And once again, congratulations.
From all of us here at CBS 5 and Wake Up Arizona, we want to thank each and every one of you with the Phoenix Police Department. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes, thank you. We call you, we text you, we tweet you, we bug you incessantly. You're always so patient with us, and you keep us safe out there, which we appreciate more than you know.
Yes, thank you. And we're going to keep calling you and texting you. So you
It's
better
not
pick
over.
up. Thank you, seriously, thank you for everything that you do, keeping our community safe. We love you, and congratulations to all the folks getting awards in there.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage our honored guest, the president of the Phoenix Police Foundation, an organization that is selflessly responsible for a lot of what is happening here tonight, Mr. Tim Thomas.
Good evening. I would like to start by commending all of the award recipients tonight. You put it on the line every day to keep us safe, and the Phoenix Police Foundation is thrilled to play a role in this event and to celebrate our true heroes. I'd also like to take the opportunity to thank the sponsors that made a lot of tonight possible, including our title sponsors, Grand Canyon University, Comerica Bank, Blue Cross Blue Shield Arizona, Motorola, Plea, and Galloway Asset Management. I'd also like to have a special thanks to the folks out front, Charity Benefits Unlimited for the silent auction and all the great food supplied by Vincent's Restaurant on Camelback, Gus Chicago-style hot dogs donated by Conference Direct, Famous Dave's Barbecue, Metrotech for the catering, and CSI for helping with the tables and linens. The Phoenix Police Foundation was formed back in 2002 with the goal of supporting the Phoenix Police Department with unmet capital needs and assisting both sworn officers and unsworn department employees. PPF, for short, is a not-for-profit 501c3 organization run by a board of directors who volunteer their time and effort to making the foundation successful. We have connectivity with the department via our liaison, Sergeant Osborne, and input regarding department needs from Assistant Chief Kurtenbach and Commander Giordano on a regular basis. Approximately a year and a half ago, the foundation was rejuvenated with new ideas, new people, and the goal of becoming one of the best police foundations in the country. Many of the board members are here tonight, and I'd like to ask them to stand now, along with Sergeant Osborne, to be acknowledged for the great work that they do. Board members, please stand for just a minute. Thank you. Before I go, I'd like to share a few examples of what the foundation has done recently and what's on the horizon. First, as a result of a collaborative effort, the foundation won a grant from Motorola where the funds will be used specifically to support the Phoenix Police Department Youth Experience. This terrific program introduces 7th and 8th graders to what occurs at the Phoenix Police Department on a daily basis. The foundation was also able to facilitate the purchase of a new canine with a nose for narcotics. This was a result of a combined effort from a large private donation, grant money received from Comerica Bank, and foundation funds. Two terrific examples of how the foundation is making a difference. On the horizon, we are developing programs and events for 2016 and 17 that will increase awareness of the foundation and our ability to support the department. Keep an eye out for programs like Adopt a Cop, family-oriented canine events, a Woman in Blue ceremony, and of course the 2006 award ceremony. If you'd like to learn more about the foundation, please check out our website at phxpolicefoundation.org. Thank you for allowing us to back the blue. Have a great evening.
Thank you, Tim. Our next award category is the Police Shield. The presenter for this award is also a past recipient. In November of 1990, then Officer David Harvey was seriously wounded during an armed encounter with a violent felon. Ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to the screens for our presenter, Executive Assistant Chief David Harvey.
Congratulations to all the award recipients tonight.
I'm sorry that I can't be there with you. I'm out of the country on city business. Since the beginning of the ceremony, you've heard of some amazing actions taken by the men and women of this department and our community. The Police Shield is awarded to an employee who, during the actual performance of a police service, sustains a significant injury or requires prolonged medical attention. The Police Shield was created in 1994, and we are proud to honor recipients who currently serve, as well as those from our department's past, who have given so much of themselves to the city and this department. These honorees and their families have endured the injuries and aftercare for years in some cases from incidents which occurred in the line of duty. Tonight, we thank them for their service and honor them with the Police Shield Award.
Please welcome to the stage our first Police Shield recipient, Detective Brian Cuthbertson. Also receiving the Medal of Merit, Detectives Marcus Allen and Stephen Skinner. On November 20th, 2014, Detectives Cuthbertson and Allen were patrolling the area of 35th Avenue and Roosevelt Street when they observed a male subject on a bicycle dart across the intersection against a red light, causing traffic to take evasive action. The detectives began to make contact with the subject when suddenly he jumped off the bicycle and ran behind the detective's car. They tried to exit their car and gain cover when a bullet shattered the passenger window, almost striking Detective Allen. The suspect ran away while continuing to fire his gun at them. Detective Cuthbertson then realized he had been shot. Detective Allen it was later learned that the bullet had severed an artery in his lower left leg. He would require immediate surgery to restore blood flow. While at the hospital, Cuthbertson also underwent several vein and skin grafts to repair and close the wound. Once out of the hospital, he received physical therapy for 2 months to restore normal range of motion and function in his leg. Throughout this ordeal, Detective Cuthbertson maintained a positive attitude and expressed his gratitude that his partner was not injured during the violent encounter. For those actions, as well as the sacrifice and suffering sustained in the line of duty, the department honors Detective Brian Cuthbertson with the Police Shield Award. And receiving the Medal of Merit for their actions during this incident are Detectives Marcus Allen and Stephen Skinner.
Please welcome our next honoree, Retired Officer Joshua Corrington. On May 31st, 2013, Officer Joshua Corrington and his partner responded to a call from fellow officers who were in foot pursuit of a suspect. Officer Corrington saw the suspect and followed him over multiple 6-foot walls. As he went over the last wall, Corrington landed with all of his weight on his left foot, and he felt an immediate, sharp pain. He continued to pursue the suspect on his injured ankle. Officers eventually located the suspect in the area. After seeking medical attention, Officer Corrington discovered he had fractured a bone in his ankle. Following multiple surgeries and visits with several doctors, Corrington was diagnosed with a nerve pain disorder due to his injuries. Corrington was placed on various painkillers and underwent physical therapy to try and alleviate the pain. But nothing helped, and his fracture was not healing. Doctors eventually suggested that amputation was the only way for Corrington to fully recover and be able to participate in many of the same activities he had prior to the injury. On February 23, 2015, his leg was in fact amputated. Since the surgery, he's had small improvements, but still suffers from phantom pains. As a result, Officer Corrington has since retired from the department. For injuries sustained in the line of duty, Joshua Corrington is hereby awarded the Police Shield.
The Police Shield was created in March of 1994. However, several officers sustained injuries in the line of duty prior to that date. Tonight, we have the opportunity to honor several of our retirees for their personal sacrifice and their service to the community. Please welcome to the stage our next recipients of the Police Shield.
On August 23, 1963, then Detective Carol Cooley was shot in the face when he and his partner observed a robbery in progress on their meal break. Over a period of 10 years, Cooley underwent 3 surgeries yet continued to work. He retired from the department as a captain in 1978.
Retired Lieutenant Manny Quiñones and retired Sergeant Jesse Stokes. On October 14, 1966, then detectives Manny Quiñones and Jesse Stokes were shot while assisting with serving a search warrant. 2 rounds struck Quiñones, 1 in the abdomen and 1 in the right leg. Stokes was shot in the left thigh. The suspect was fatally shot by officers at the scene. Quiñones was hospitalized for 26 days and sustained permanent damage to his body. He retired as a lieutenant in 1988. Stokes underwent reconstructive surgery and retired as a sergeant in 1977.
Retired Officer Andy Baxter. In February 1976, Baxter was physically attacked by a drunk driver while conducting field sobriety tests. He was tackled and bitten by the suspect. When his service weapon became dislodged from its holster, Baxter was shot by the suspect, losing a toe as a result. Officer Baxter retired from the department in 1996.
Here to accept the award for his late father, retired Officer Mike Gaff, please welcome Michael Gaff Jr. and family. On October 20th, 1979, Officer Mike Gaff was shot several times by an armed robbery suspect during the suspect's arrest near the Black Canyon Freeway and Dunlap Avenue. Gaff endured several hours of surgery and 2 months of recovery in the hospital. He returned to work in a light-duty capacity and retired from the department in 1996.
Retired Officer Bill Cheatham. On January 26, 1987, Cheatham was shot while trying to detain a suicidal subject near 31st Avenue and Bethany Home Road. The suspect also fired at other officers and police vehicles. Although Cheatham was shot in the right shoulder, he was able to use his offhand to remove his service weapon and shoot the suspect, preventing him from causing any more harm. Cheatham endured 8 surgeries and a prosthetic replacement. He retired from the department in 1989.
Retired Officer Frank Gentry. On June 30th, Officer Frank Gentry was injured during a foot pursuit of a subject with a rifle near Interstate 10 and 32nd Street. He sustained damage to the tendons, ligaments, and nerves in his right leg. He endured 2 surgeries and lost 10% of the use of his leg. Gentry retired from the department in 1992.
Retired Officer William Forsyth. On July 18, 1990, Forsyth was struck by a vehicle while responding to a traffic accident on his police motorcycle. Forsyth sustained 4 cracked ribs, broken facial bones, 9 lost teeth, and his right eye socket was displaced from its socket. He was out of work for 13 months following the collision, and he retired from the department in 2001. For injuries sustained in the line of duty, we honor these recipients with the Police Shield.
Ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to the screens for a special message from the president of Grand Canyon University, Brian Mueller.
Good evening. My name is Brian Mueller, and I'm the president of Grand Canyon University. I also want to welcome all the police officers here tonight, all of their families. This is a big night. This is a big night just not for the city of Phoenix and the police officers. It's a big night for America. It's a big night for Grand Canyon University. What's going on in our country right now is one of the most unfortunate things that I've ever observed. With police officers being treated the way they are in different cities and in different places across the country, it's not good for America that this is going on. What's good for America is that we have more evenings like this. When police officers are brought together, when families are brought together, when the city comes together, and we celebrate not only what you do, but your entire life. I have personally watched as in the last 6 or 7 years, things have been transformed between 35th Avenue and Camelback and between 27th Avenue and Camelback. I've watched as police officers have done their jobs in a very, very difficult environment, in a crime-ridden environment, where the majority of the people who live here, the vast majority, are very, very good people. But they've been overrun by some bad guys. What I have watched is you put your lives on the line, night after night, day after day, to protect the good people of this neighborhood. I've watched as the bad guys have been pushed out, have been driven out, and I've watched as hope has been restored for the people that live here. Not just for Grand Canyon University and our students, but for the people that live in our neighborhood. It's been one of the most remarkable transformations I think any of us have ever observed, and it's the police officers, the men and women that put their lives on the line every night and every day that are making this happen. We are deeply, deeply grateful for the work that you do, deeply grateful for the transformation that you're making happen in our neighborhood, and we want to celebrate with you, and we want this to be one of the greatest evenings that you and your families have ever enjoyed. Thank you very much.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we present our next award category, the Police Chiefs Unit Award. This award is presented for the successful completion of a predetermined police-related on-duty act or acts or continuing effort or efforts by a group of employees working for a common objective. Please welcome to the stage this year's honorees who are receiving the Police Chiefs Unit Award, the following members of the Cold Case Homicide Unit. Sergeant Troy Hillman. Detectives Jonathan Alberta, Aaron Murphy, Mark Armistead, Marianne Ramirez, Dominic Rostenberg, William Shira, Clark Schwarzkopf, Jerry Hatcher, Ken Pollock, Kelly Merwin, Stephanie Bond, Matt Siebert, and Maravik Brotherton. On November of 1992, a 22-year-old victim was savagely attacked and murdered while riding her bicycle on a recreation path near her home. Approximately 9 months later, in September 1993, a 17-year-old was also attacked on her bicycle while riding near the Metro Center Mall, a few miles south of the first attack. The cases were diligently worked by the investigators during the mid-90s, but they eventually went cold. Due to the heinous nature and complexity of these two related cases, the Cold Case Homicide Unit began working them as a team project in late September 2011. While balancing a cumbersome caseload, the unit conducted massive follow-up on these investigations over the next 3.5 years. In late December 2014, these efforts led to the identification of a strong and promising person of interest. From this point, the unit conducted intense surveillance and utilized a clever ruse to obtain the suspect's discarded DNA sample for analysis by the crime lab. In January of 2015, the unit was notified by the crime lab that the person of interest was a match to the unknown sample in the DNA criminal database. The suspect was swiftly arrested, and the cold case squad went on to conduct intense follow-up, interviewing associates, serving numerous search warrants on his residence, prior residences, and social media sites to locate and preserve critical evidence. Their commitment to never giving up is being commended tonight. The Phoenix Police Department is proud to present the Cold Case Homicide Squad with the Police Chief's Unit Award.
Hey everybody, it's the team from Good Morning Arizona, and being in the news every day, we know one thing for sure, that the police officer's job is very dangerous.
And we want to let you know that as community members, as your neighbors, we appreciate all you do for us, keeping us safe.
It is so important. You're the most important part of this community, and we want to thank you for protecting us, for taking care of our kids, for keeping this community safe and healthy. As the wife of a retired police officer, I want to say you are family, and we love you, and we appreciate what you do.
Thank you for not giving me a ticket that time I was speeding down Camelback in the rain and late for work. But seriously, thank you for your sacrifices every day.
We are proud of you.
Congratulations, yes.
On behalf of the ABC 15 family and my family at home, I personally thank you. Thank all of you for wearing the badge, because I know when 911 is called, you respond. You respond when we need help, and therefore I thank you for protecting my city, my family, and your work is so appreciated. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts for always being there for us.
Please welcome our next award recipient for Supervisor of the Year, Sergeant Brian Issett. When the Homeland Defense Bureau was resurrecting the intelligence unit, Sergeant Brian Issett was highly sought after. In July of 2014, he began the development and expansion of the Intelligence Officer Program. Sergeant Issett came up with a plan to create a pilot program made up of intelligence officers assigned to the Homeland Defense Bureau, but working in the field. The first 6 officers were selected to attend specialized intelligence and terrorism liaison training. The program enjoyed great success, with officers identifying suspects in crime trends, defining target locations, and apprehending suspects. Sergeant Issett helped to expand the program while at the same time assisted with the preparations for the National Football League Pro Bowl and Super Bowl. A 2nd and 3rd intelligence officers' school were opened due to overwhelmingly positive response. Sergeant Issett is an inspiring mentor and a fair and impartial leader. His high energy and enthusiasm are phenomenal. Tonight, we are proud to award Sergeant Brian Issett with Supervisor of the Year.
As a Phoenix resident, I see you guys hard at work every single day, and I can't thank you enough for your hard work and dedication.
It doesn't matter where you live, they're helping kids across the street, maybe directing traffic, investigating crime, to make sure you keep your friends and family safe. And so to all of our public servants in the Phoenix Police Department, we say thank you for what you do.
Hi, this is Paul Goldschmidt of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Thank you to Phoenix's finest for protecting our community. Congratulations to all of tonight's awards recipients, and thanks for everything you do.
Everybody here at Fox 10 News is so proud at what you guys do every day.
We know you put your lives on the line when you put that uniform on every day and go out there to serve our community and protect our community and keep all of us safe. And we're very appreciative of that.
Thank you from all of us at Fox 10.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with a very heavy heart that I announce the final award for the evening. Please welcome Mrs. Kathy Hobbs and family, who are here to accept the department's highest award, the Medal of Honor, on behalf of her husband, fallen Detective John Hobbs. Receiving the Police Shield and Medal of Valor, please welcome Detective Albert Casados. And receiving the Medal of Valor, please welcome Detective Mike Miller. Before we present the award, Phoenix Police Chief Joseph Yonner would like to say a few words regarding this tragic event. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Chief Yonner.
So far this evening, we've heard amazing stories of courage performed by our Phoenix police officers. Few professions come with such risk or demand so much of one's person and their family. Police officers recognize the inherent dangers associated with their service every time they put on their uniform. They face the reality they may be called upon to make the ultimate sacrifice. Tragically, the Phoenix Police Department has had its share of senseless violence against our police officers. These heartbreaking incidences are overwhelming for their families, for our police family, and for our communities. Their sacrifices made us steady in our principles, and their dedication to duty has taught us the true meaning of honor. The bravery and sacrifice made by these heroes will never be forgotten. The Medal of Honor is awarded to employee's survivor for a line of duty death that occurs during the performance of a police service. It is the highest honor awarded by the Phoenix Police Department.
On March 3rd, 2014, Detectives John Hobbs, Albert Casados, and Michael Miller were following up on an investigation regarding a suspect wanted for a felony warrant and a suspect in a homicide. Detectives recognized the suspect driving away from the apartment complex in the area of 40th Avenue and Camelback Road onto 43rd Avenue. The suspect collided with a citizen's vehicle before fleeing on foot northbound onto 43rd Avenue. Hobbs and Casados exited their vehicle on Bethany Home Road and immediately began taking gunfire from the suspect. Casados was struck once in the abdomen, and Hobbs was struck once in the chest. Hobbs, although mortally wounded, continued to move toward the suspect and collapsed to the ground. He managed to hit the suspect multiple times, stopping him. Miller had been pursuing on foot and was not aware that Hobbs and Casados had been hit. Miller fired his service weapon, striking the suspect twice. Once the suspect was down, Miller advanced and saw that Hobbs was down. As Miller assessed Hobbs' injuries, Hobbs voiced his concern for the well-being of his partners. Detective John Hobbs was taken to St. Joseph's Hospital and eventually succumbed to his injuries. Miller had the presence of mind to continue managing the crime scene, coordinating both police and fire response. Though seriously wounded, Casados continued to cover down on the suspect. On this tragic day, Detectives Hobbs, Miller, and Casados acted with uncommon valor. Each one of them fearlessly engaged in the active pursuit of a violent felon, knowing their lives were at risk. Tragically, Detective Hobbs made the ultimate sacrifice. Tonight, the Phoenix Police Department is proud to posthumously bestow on Detective John Hobbs the Medals of Honor and Valor. For acts of bravery and serious injury sustained in the defense of the lives of his fellow detectives, the Phoenix Police Department is proud to bestow upon Detective Albert Casados the Police Shield and Medal of Valor. For selfless bravery and actions in keeping with the highest standards of the Phoenix Police Department, we honor Detective Mike Miller with the Medal of Valor. This is the first year that we have celebrated this award ceremony in this amazing venue. We would like to take a moment to recognize and thank someone who was instrumental in arranging for our use of Comerica Theater. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause for the Arizona Market President of Comerica Bank, Annette G. Musa.
Well, it has been an honor and a privilege to spend this evening with you, honoring these incredible heroes and all of their families. Can we just once again give all of our officers a big round of applause for everything they do for us and our community to keep us safe day in and day out?
Folks, tonight you've heard a familiar voice throughout the ceremony. At this time, we would like to introduce you to the man behind the voice. He is a veteran reporter, respected journalist, movie star, and friend to law enforcement. He has interviewed serial killers and superstars. He's covered worldwide stories to include the criminal trial of O.J. Simpson, the LA riots, and the Oklahoma City bombing, just to name a few. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screens for a special message from KTVK 3 TV's Mike Watkiss.
I joke sometimes that my closest friends are cops, criminals, and cameramen because, as it turns out, those are the people that I have spent my life with. For nearly 40 years, I've had the privilege of covering America's law enforcement community, the men and women who wear the badge and go out and protect and serve. For the last 20 years, I've been here in the Valley, and over the course of that time, I've worked closely with the men and women of the Phoenix Police Department, and I can honestly say that as a community member, I'm proud of who you are, I'm proud of what you do. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for being here tonight, and special thanks go out to tonight's heroes. We truly are proud of who you are, and we are proud of what you do.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Be safe.
Good night.